Hi, fifth graders. Mrs. Young here. Just wanted to pop in and give you a quick lesson on what Mrs. Wells talked about yesterday, continuing that same thing. So we're going to try a word problem together, and I'm going to model for you how I would solve this and how I would determine if I'm using volume or surface area or something else. So let's read this together, and then we'll solve it, and I'll explain as I go. And I'll kind of talk as if I'm a student thinking through the problem. Here we go. A fifth grader measured a box using a ruler. He measured its height to be 10 inches. Its width was 3 inches, and its length was 8 inches. If he filled the box with cereal, how many cubic inches would fit inside? So when I hear this problem, I heard some words that tell me or give me clues as to whether or not I should use volume or surface area. So I'm going to read through it again and show you the words that kind of turned a light bulb in on my head. A fifth grader measured a box using a ruler. He measured its height. I heard height, width, and length. That does tell me that we've got a 3D object. It's got depth. It's got height, it's got width, and it's got some depth, the length in there. If he filled the box with cereal, filled, this is a word that gave me a clue. How many cubic inches would fit inside? These three words here really triggered my brain to think we're putting something in, we're filling up a container, and then cubic inches, that word cubic made me think of something cubed, which means to the power of 3. And that tells me it's 3D. And that tells me we're probably talking about volume if we say inside. All right, so in this problem, we're trying to figure out how much cereal can go inside the box. So this is a volume problem. So let's see what we need. If I think back to my lessons this week on volume, I know that I need height, width, length. I also learned that I can multiply those three numbers together to get my volume. Volume, remember, is the amount of space inside an object, the cubic amount. So if I have an object, now I'm going to try to draw 3D. I am not an artist, but I'm going to try. Okay, so we've got a box. Bear with me. I can draw a box. This is where it gets tricky. 3D. Not too bad. We've got a couple sides we can't see, but we know are there. Okay, not too bad. That's a 3D box, but I'm going to label it. Now, you don't have to draw this to find volume, but I'm just modeling for you what we're talking about. So the height is 10 inches. The width was 3 inches. And the length was 8 inches. So what we're doing is we are trying to determine the area here is 8 times 3. But then we have 10 layers of those, 10 inches, 10 layers of those. So 8 times 3 is 24, times those 10 layers is 240. Let's check our work. 10 times 8 times 3. And what I just did was 8 times 3 is 24. 10 times 24, 200 and 240 inches. So we have length times width gave us 24. That's the area of the base. And then we had 10 layers of that. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 10 times. So we get 240 cubic inches of cereal. I hope that's cereal you like, because that is a lot of cereal. I want you to try a couple problems on the practice and also try part 2. So I split this up into 2 videos, so 2 different word problem practices, just to break it up a little bit. And the next one's a little different. So tune into part 2.